Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. On your mark, get set, and go! We'll take a look at the varsity boys and girls cross-country teams as they honored their seniors before a dual meet recently at East Brunswick High School. Then we have information on an upcoming art exhibit taking place at Rutgers University and the surrounding New Brunswick area. Mayor David Stahl visits Gidget's Second Chance for a business spotlight, and we have a new segment of Read This Book as we take a look at some books that are frequently challenged or banned. Then Patrolman Craig Hoover of the East Brunswick Police Department brings us another Street Smart segment as he talks about Project Medicine Drop, a safe way to dispose of unwanted or expired prescription medicine. All this, plus we have a special voice of experience as Sharon Riley Morosi talks with Donna Falkenberry about the State Health Insurance Assistance Program and open enrollment dates for Medicare. So stay with us. This Week in East Brunswick starts now.
Well, this is a special day. This is senior day for our cross-country team, and I'm sitting here with one of our leaders, Michael Lowe. Mike, hey, congratulations. I think you had a PR, and did you win the race?
Yeah, I got third place, and the team overall, we beat one of the most notorious teams. We usually don't really do well against them, but this year it was a real turnaround, and we managed to beat them.
Okay, and now pretty soon coming up for you, first we'll talk about the upcoming GMCs and states, and then we'll talk about your future for college. Now, what's your thoughts about the upcoming GMCs?
I think that if we can beat Old Bridge, then the GMC should be in our grasp. We should be able to get top 3 at the least.
Okay, and right now, what's going to be our training? We're going to gear it down a little bit or increase the intensity, or what's Coach going to have you doing?
Coach will probably increase it to like the highest it's going to be in about 2 weeks, and then he's going to slowly taper off once we start getting to the serious races like GMCs, sectionals, groups hopefully.
Okay, and what about next year? So it's going to be next year, and I'm going to be sitting here interviewing someone else, and where are you going to be, Mike?
I plan on going to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign for electrical engineering, and maybe Cornell if I can get in.
Well, I know you'll be successful wherever you go. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the year.
All right, thank you.
All right, now I have Yulia. Yulia, first thought, how'd you do today? I understand you had a PR today?
I did, yeah. I got a 24 flat, and overall the team did a very good job today. We have a very strong group of girls that are very motivated and confident in what they do.
And we won both today, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Very good. Okay, today's senior night. It's your last day running a real competitive meet today. Any thoughts about saying goodbye?
Oh, it's definitely going to be very sad saying goodbye to the team. We formed some very strong friendships, and overall as a team together we have a very positive attitude.
Oh, very good. What about next year at this time? Where are we going to see you? What are you going to be doing?
Hopefully, I'm applying to a few schools in New Jersey, such as Montclair State University and Monmouth University.
You know what you'd like to major in?
Psychology or neuroscience.
Well, that sounds good, and I'm sure you'll be successful. Best of luck in the upcoming tournaments, and it was a pleasure, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now let's meet our seniors for the girls and boys cross-country teams. Candy Chow, Lisa Cohen, Angela Bersani, Sarah Youssef, Yulia Hapiak, Gianna Nguyen Damari, Vivian Chen, Hannah Squish, Kate Murnane, Kate Alexandrova, managers Samantha Fong and Carly Torado, manager Rebecca Sun, Michael Botsenhart, Andrew Chen, Michael Liu, Matthew Sweet, Brian Tallarico, and Daniel Wu.
Hi, I'm Angus Cress Gillespie, speaking for East Brunswick Television this week in East Brunswick. I'd like to tell you about an important upcoming conference. This conference is about prison art. It takes place at Rutgers University. It's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, October 8th, 9th, and 10th at Rutgers in New Brunswick. And I'm pleased to say that it brings Professor Nicole Fleetwood here to our studio in East Brunswick today. Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Now we're talking about prison art. Let's jump right into it. Tell us more about the self-portrait by Russell Craig. I know what I see. I see an ID card of an inmate, and he has a very straightforward, very stern gaze at the viewer.
So Russell Craig is an artist who was incarcerated in Pennsylvania and now is out and is still a working artist. And what he did is he took his prison ID card and he turned it into a self-portrait. So he took something that the state issued him as part of his punishment and made it a form of creative expression. So it's of self-representation. And I see that being at the heart of much of the prison art is it's a form of self-representation through a system that marks prisoners quite harshly.
Another painting I'd like to take a closer look at, that renowned New Mexico light. It's by Dana Green.
That photograph by Dana Green is really striking. And so it is a juxtaposition. It's a play on the kind of mythic light and landscape of New Mexico.
Well, we think of New Mexico highways, the beautiful vistas.
The gorgeous red, rocky terrain.
Yeah.
And instead you see this very sterile, angular system of architecture that is renowned in terms of prison architecture. Yeah. So what Dana Green does is she's a professor and a photographer who does kind of landscape architectural photographs that make us really contemplate prisons in our as part of the built environment, you know,
and
juxtaposed up against what the kind of vistas of New Mexico, right?
And it's a kind of a play on words. That renowned New Mexico light, those words suggest something quite different from the photograph.
Quite different, and we think of the light of New Mexico and the darkness of prison, right? So there's a real juxtaposition that takes place there.
So, Professor Fleetwood, recap for our viewers just what's going to be going on at the conference.
So, so October 8th, 9th, and 10th, we will all events are open and free, no registration necessary. We will have workshops, panels, and presentations by a range of artists, activists, educators, community organizers, and scholars. And we will also have a multi-site art exhibition that will take place 6 different locations throughout New Brunswick and Rutgers, including the Eagleton Lawn, Heldrick Hotel, the Alpha Art Gallery, the New Brunswick Public Library, the Zimmerly Art Library. And
just to recap, for more information, is there a website?
Yes, there is. irw.rutgers.edu.
Okay, and then we scroll down for programs.
Yes, and you can find the information on that page. You can find a link to the conference program from that page, from the irw.rutgers.edu.
Thank you, Professor Fleetwood. We look forward to the conference and the exhibition.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay.
Hi, it's Mayor David Stahl with another edition of Business Spotlight. I'm really happy to be up at Gidget Second Chance at the Summerhill Marketplace right next to the Stop and Shop. And I'm here with Lisa Kenny, who's the owner of Gidget's. Welcome. And why don't you first tell us about what your overall theme here is at your store?
Well, sure, and thanks so much, Mr. Stahl. I opened Gidget Second Chance because I wanted to be more part of the community. I spent a large portion of my career working in Manhattan. I felt a little disconnected. Also, I found that consigning is a really great way of recycling. As many people know, women like to shop, and sometimes finding that perfect item just gives you a thrill. And if they only use it once, it can give somebody else a thrill again, and it can be recycled. It's a great way for gently used items, items that you're only going to maybe use once, to give somebody else a chance to get the same pleasure out of it without having to go out and buy new all the time. And plus, save a whole bunch.
When you talk about like consignment, how do you actually get your inventory here?
It's mostly local women. They're cleaning out their closets. They find that they bought things they forgot they had, so a lot of my items still have tags on them. And they're just not going to use the items anymore, so it's a good way for them to get a little extra money for them and maybe go out and buy something that suits them a little better.
And if, unfortunately, we know that people pass on, do you sometimes go out to the estate sales?
I do. I did just finish doing an estate sale. And that's always an emotional process. But, I do try to encourage the family that we will find their items a good home, and people will appreciate them. And they do, because, most of the time these people have wonderful, wonderful vintage items that you can't find anywhere else. And it's nice to have somebody else get pleasure out of them as well.
As I walked around the store, I mean, you pretty much have almost the full gamut of women's clothing, from shoes to outer coats.
I do. I have shoes, accessories, outer coats, formal wear, casual wear, everything from Gap to Gucci. My original thought was I wanted a place where teens and their moms and their grandmoms could all shop together, because that's what I like to do with my daughters, and I wanted to give the community a place that they could do that together.
And is there any particular type of clothing that you carry in terms of the style, or it's pretty eclectic?
It's pretty eclectic. I have junior jeans to, Vera Wang gowns. So I've really, it's pretty eclectic. And a lot of the items are one of a kind. And I like unique and different things. So you probably won't see yourself coming and going if you purchase something from Gidget Second Chance.
And how did we come up with the name Gidget Second Chance?
I am not Gidget. My name is Lisa, although some people like to call me Gidget, which is fine. Gidget is actually a combination of my daughters' names. I have two daughters, Jillian with a G and Bridget. So it was, I wanted to do this for them, to show them that women can be successful, that they can have a passion and go after it. And so just naming the store Gidgets just seemed like the perfect thing to do.
Lisa, you mentioned that you've given back to the community. Maybe you want to expand upon that in terms of the ways that you've helped out?
Sure. I have supported the East Brunswick Education Foundation for their fundraisers, as well as a local breast cancer fundraiser. And of course, we can't forget sports. My daughters love soccer, so I support the East Brunswick Soccer Club as well.
And when the youth come in, let's call them the teenagers, what's their reaction to a store like this?
They think it's really cool, I have to say. Just because there's so many different things and there's so many things for them to look at. I have a special rack in the back for juniors, which has, all of the brands that are popular now with the juniors, the teens. I have the pocketbooks that they like, and the shoes and the boots, and so they get a real kick out of it. And I love when school I can always tell when school lets out. The noise volume and the traffic picks up, and I just love that, because that's when the girls come in and take a look around and, just have a little fun after school.
And we're rapidly approaching the upcoming holidays. I imagine that's going to be an extra busy time for you.
Oh, I certainly hope so. Yes, we are definitely gearing up for the holidays. We have a lot of inventory. We have a lot of formal wear, if people need formal wear for the holidays. A lot of, as I said, new items that are, suitable for gift giving. So I'm really, really looking forward to the holidays and expect a lot of business during that time.
I think what also makes your store unique is that I would imagine that every time you come in here as a customer, you're going to find something different.
That's absolutely true. I would say every day you're going to find at least 2 or 3 things different, if not many more. We're constantly turning over our inventory, so you're going to find new displays. I try to change the displays accordingly and highlight different items. So yeah, it's a unique experience every time you come in.
All right, let's get to the basics. What are your store hours?
I am opened every day except Monday from 10 to 7, and also with the exception of Sunday, I do close at 5. So 10 to 5 on Sunday and 10 to 7 Tuesday through Saturday.
And your phone number up here?
I'm at 732-353-6502.
And for those who like to surf the net?
Yep, I do have a website, www.gidgets2ndchance.com.
Well, Lisa, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to speak to the residents of East Brunswick. I think it's fantastic that another small business has been created here in East Brunswick and given an opportunity for, as you say, the clothes to be recycled, reused, because they have a great shelf life and someone else is going to look beautiful in them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
As we do, and again, as we like to say in East Brunswick, shop local. Holiday seasons are coming up. Come up and talk to Lisa and look at the beautiful clothing and accessories she has up here at Gidget Second Chance, right at the Summerhill Marketplace. Again, thanks for watching.
In his first book for young adults, best-selling author Sherman Alexie tells the story of Junior growing up on the Spokane Indian Reservation. Junior, or Arnold as he is known off the reservation, is a 14-year-old budding cartoonist. Despite many hardships faced on the reservation, including extreme poverty, domestic abuse, bullying, and more, Junior is determined to take his future into his own hands. Junior leaves his troubled school on the reservation to attend an all-white farm town high school where the only other Indian is the school mascot. Heartbreaking, funny, and beautifully written, the absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian, which is based on the author's own experiences, chronicles the contemporary adolescence of one Native American boy as he attempts to break away from the life he was destined to live. The absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian has been on the top 10 list of frequently challenged books since 2010 due to its mention of drugs, alcohol, and smoking, some offensive language, racism, sexually explicit content, and being unsuited for the age group for which it was written. In reality, this book emphasizes the importance of good friendships, parental support, tolerance, education, courage, initiative, and perseverance. The book provides an extremely relatable protagonist who is a positive, smart, and courageous kid. Junior makes good decisions even when those decisions aren't the easy choices to make. Sherman Alexie himself talks about the need to give teens the tools to understand the complex and often disturbing and violent world they live in. He says, "I write to give them weapons in the form of words and ideas that will help them fight their monsters." Celebrate your freedom to read and pick up The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie today.
I'm Patrolman Craig Hoover. Welcome to another edition of Street Smart. In this edition, I'll be discussing Project Medicine Drop, sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs. Many of you may be familiar with the National Prescription Drug Take Back Initiative, sponsored by the Drug Enforcement Agency, or DEA. In its first year of operation, this initiative netted 309 tons of prescription pills turned in by the public. Building on its success, a new program sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs called Project Medicine Drop was instituted in 2012. But it's important to know why. In the United States, over 40 people die every day from overdoses caused by prescription painkiller abuse, according to the U.S. Centers of Disease Control. Now, this number now accounts for more deaths in the U.S. than overdoses of heroin and cocaine combined, and it's increasing. Each day, 2,500 teens use prescription drugs to get high for the first time, according to the Partnership for a Drug-Free America. Many of these drugs are simply obtained from family medicine cabinets or friends. Your son, daughter, niece, or nephew may even be one of them. The New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs developed Project Medicine Drop as an important component of its effort to halt the abuse and diversion of prescription drugs. It allows consumers to dispose of unused and expired medications anonymously, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, at prescription drug drop boxes located within the headquarters of participating police departments throughout New Jersey. Currently, East Brunswick Police Department is the only participating agency within Middlesex County. Each Project Medicine drop box is required to be installed indoors within view of law enforcement officers and in an area to which members of the public may be admitted to dispose of their unused medications. Their prominent Project Medicine drop logos make the boxes highly visible and recognizable. The drop box in East Brunswick is located within the hallway of police headquarters and is accessible 24 hours a day. Participating police agencies are required to report the quantity of discarded drugs to the Division of Consumer Affairs on a quarterly basis. The drugs are then disposed of by the agency according to the New Jersey Attorney General's Office directives. Remember, for safety reasons, the Project Medicine drop boxes can only accept solid medications such as pills, patches, inhalers, and similar objects. The boxes cannot accept liquids, medical waste, or syringes. Consumers wishing to dispose of these objects should speak with their doctors or pharmacists to find the safest and best ways to dispose of them. It should also be noted that consumers may only dispose of legal prescription or over-the-counter medications. Anyone wishing to dispose of any illicit drugs should follow a normal procedure of reporting it to their local police. For more information on Project Medicine Drop, go to www.njconsumeraffairs.gov/meddrop. That ends this edition of Street Smart. I'm Patrolman Craig Hoover of the East Brunswick Police Department. Remember to stay safe, and I'll see you next month.
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley Morosi, Assistant Director for the East Brunswick Department on Aging, and this is the Voice of Experience. Today I am here with Donna Falkenberry in her office at the Senior Center. Donna is a counselor for the Department on Aging, and she is also a SHIP counselor. Donna, what is SHIP?
Well, SHIP stands for State Health Insurance Assistance Program, and it is a program sponsored by the state that trains people to assist with Medicare issues.
So someone would need a SHIP counselor to explore Medicare problems, issues, concerns. What types of things would people see a SHIP counselor for?
The majority of people that come to SHIP they fall into two categories. They are people that are just new to Medicare and need assistance with what is it all about, how does it work, how do I choose. And then there are those who are already enrolled in Medicare and need assistance with either appeals, bills, issues, concerns, or they're looking to review their coverage, change their coverage. It's not working for them. It's too expensive. Any of those types of problems that they come to, I can assist them with helping to make their decisions regarding where they want to go in the future.
And how would someone get in contact with a SHIP counselor?
The East Brunswick Department on Aging. I'm here as a ship counselor. There's also another volunteer that assists East Brunswick residents with any ship-type issues. So they would call me, and then I would set up an appointment with one of the two of us.
And how does someone become a ship counselor?
Ship counseling is actually technically a volunteer program that is sponsored by the state. Middlesex County offers 4 times a year a 5-week training course, once a week for 5 weeks in various parts of the state. And it is actually a wonderful opportunity for someone recently retired who still wants to use their skills, use their brains. It's not easy, but it's very challenging, very rewarding. You get a lot out of it. They take this 5-week course. There's a certification test, and once they pass the test, they become ship counselors.
I'm hearing about open enrollment, Medicare open enrollment. How would a ship counselor help with open enrollment, and why is open enrollment important?
Open enrollment is the one time of year that Medicare sets aside for people to kind of look at what they currently have and see if it's working for them. Most of the time that involves the prescription coverage. The drugs you take change, the way your prescription company, the insurance company covers it changes. So this is your opportunity to take a look at what you're taking and see if it's going to work in the following year. Next year being 2015. When you come in this year, I would have the opportunity to enter into the system the drugs you're taking and then see, will my coverage change going forward next year? Another thing you can do during open enrollment, which is important, is if you're in a Medicare Advantage plan, which is an HMO, if you want to go back into traditional Medicare, you can do it at that time. Or if you're in traditional Medicare and you would prefer to go to a Medicare Advantage plan, that's also a chance for you to do it at that time.
And when is open enrollment?
Every year, it's always the same dates. It starts on October 15th, it ends on December 7th, and the coverage would take effect starting in January.
Now, could someone help themselves? Are there ways to get that information without seeing a ship counselor?
Yes, absolutely. If you're someone who is enrolled in a Part D, a prescription plan, and you want to just see what's going to happen next year, if you are computer savvy, and you can go on to Medicare.gov, there's a tool that enables you to enter your prescriptions by yourself. You just have to enter the names of the drugs, and it'll prompt you. It'll bring you through the system and will give you the information for 2015. However, it's not as easy as it sounds, and for some people who aren't comfortable with doing that, or if you prefer to have someone assist you with that, that's what we're here for. We would be making appointments throughout open enrollment to assist you with that.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
If you would like more information about SHIP or any other programs available through the East Brunswick Department on Aging, then please call us at 732-390-6896. And please remember, the East Brunswick Department on Aging is here to help you and yours age successfully.